A good evening and welcome to the English News Bulletin. We trust you've had a fulfilling and restful Sunday. In tonight's edition, we will focus primarily on the election campaigns that commenced yesterday. Now let's kick off with the headlines. On the second day of the campaign trail, RPF Inkotanyi flag bearer Paul Kagame assured that the journey of sustainable development will not stop. Independent presidential candidate Mpayimana Philippe campaigned today in the districts of Kayonza and Rwamagana, presenting his manifesto containing 50 articles. During the Green Party's campaign in Kamonyi district, the presidential candidate Frank Habineza emphasized that if trusted and elected in the upcoming elections, he would implement a basic salary system. On the international scene, how a U.S. congregational district north of New York City votes in the June 25 primary race could reveal how much the war in Gaza is on the minds of Americans. My name is Olive Nete. It's always a pleasure to have your company. Now, welcome to the news in details. On the second day of the campaign trail, RPF Inkotanyi flag bearer Paul Kagame assured that the journey of sustainable development will not stop. He emphasized that citizens are required to support this effort by continuing to maintain security. Adam Skizera kicks us off tonight.
The colors of the RPF Inkotanyi logos were prominently displayed on Gisa ground and the surrounding hills of Ruafu district. The crowd waited cheerfully as they sang to various campaign songs by the running artists until they welcomed the party chairman and the coalition-endorsed presidential candidate. At 11 a.m., Paul Kagame, the flag bearer of the RPF Inkotanyi, arrived at the site. He took time touring through the mass and hearing development testimony of a member of RPF Inkotanyi. Kagame appreciated the people and told members in Ruafu and neighboring districts that he expects their support in elections, referring to a Rwandan saying, "Wakugabira mwitura," meaning that one does good deeds for the person who gifted them. As you know, in the past, cows were eradicated in Rwanda, but the RPF brought them back and gifted them to all of us. When you receive such gift, you have to give back. At the Gisa ground, it's where Paul Kagame had recently visited and comforted the people who were affected by disasters after the Severe River destroyed their properties. This visit was at a time for the community to express their appreciation to him.
It was a highly precocious situation. Our properties were destroyed. However, after the president's visit, our hearts were deeply touched. His arrival brought aid and support, and we are truly grateful to him for that.
RPF Inkotanyi flag bearer Paul Kagame assured that the journey of sustainable development will not stop. He emphasized that citizens are required to support this effort by continuing to ensure the security. And the security is offered by everyone, starting from you as Rwandans. You are the first to contribute much to that security. Other responsible institutions, whom you know, should rely from your activities for it to be possible for all Rwandans to ensure full security, hence to achieve their goals in a secure environment. Paul Kagame reiterated that Rwanda is committed to maintaining good relations with other countries, but is also prepared to find suitable solutions for any differences that may arise. When you develop and want to have good relationships, and when you build partnerships, you also have to be prepared. What should happen if some don't want a good relationship with you and instead want to destabilize your security? Are you prepared to confront them? We are always aiming to have the ability to respond when the answer to that question is needed. We do what concerns us, we focus on ourselves and on our goals. We transform our lives and we leave to others what concerns them. We know what is up to us and we are always ready to work and live well with those who are willing. But when what I will not mention occurs, we are always going to be prepared. Here in Rwanda district, the youth and women expressed their gratitude in front of RPF flag bearer Paul Kagame and promised to never disappoint him.
The reason why I'm very happy, it is because of my candidate Paul Kagame, because he's a friend of young people and gave a voice to women. He also helped us to achieve more, and that is why I'm eager to vote him 100% on the 15th of July.
On the second day, Paul Kagame also took time to recognize and appreciate heads of political parties and decided to become allies with RPF Inkotanyi and offer their support during electoral campaign. Adam Squizera, RwandaTV News.
Still on campaign matters, independent presidential candidate Maimana Philip campaigned today in the districts of Kayonza and Rwamagana, presenting his manifesto containing 50 articles. He urged people to vote for him to ensure the continuous progress of Rwanda. Adam Squizera once more.
In Kayonza district, Nyamira Masekta, at the Hyogo ground, people gathered to listen to the manifesto of independent presidential candidate Maimana Philip. The scene was similar in Rwamagana district, Mwire sector, where people welcomed Maimana Philip warmly with the songs supporting his candidacy. During his campaign, Maimana urged the people to vote for him, highlighting his manifesto containing 50 articles, outlining his plans for the country's development. In these articles, independent presidential candidate Maimana Philip focuses on economic development, outlining his plans and vision for Rwanda's future.
In
the economic aspect, I envision a country basing its economy centered on its residents. With a population of 14 million, our people are greatest assets, and their prosperity is synonymous with the nation's prosperity. Therefore, labor policies must be tailored to support our citizens. As the foundation of our economic strength lies in the contributions, addressing currency fluctuations will be a priority, with a focus on boosting exports. This calls for innovation, particularly in animal husbandry, to enhance our export capabilities in this sector. Maimana Philip, an independent presidential candidate, noted that his second day of campaigning trail went well. We are pleased with the second day of our campaign trail as we encountered no challenges, and today we are even punctual. We had a fantastic turnout of citizens, and their questions helps us to understand their concerns better. We appreciate their engagement. Today, our focus was on the economy and tourism. Tomorrow, we'll continue our campaign in the Eastern Province, where currently things are progressing smoothly. The independent presidential candidate, Maimana Philip, is scheduled to continue his campaign trail in Nyagatare and Gatsibo districts on Monday.
The Green Party's campaign in Kamonyi district, the presidential candidate Frank Habineza emphasized that if trusted and elected in the upcoming elections, he would implement a basic salary system ensuring fair compensation based on the work done by workers. We have details on this story. In Gihara, Rwanda sector, Kamonyi district, candidate Frank Habineza, accompanied by members of the party, conducted a campaign event. During this gathering, candidates representing the Green Party in the parliamentary elections were introduced, and key initiatives that the party plans to implement if elected were discussed. Members of the Green Party expressed pride in their achievements and affirmed their commitment to advocating for future goals. What made me happy the most is that now children have meals at school through the school feeding program. This has helped me in many ways, since previously they would come home during lunchtime and return to school without eating anything. Another improvement is that the community-based health insurance. In the past, we had to wait a month for it to be validated, but now I'm pleased that once you pay for it, you can immediately access medical services if needed.
Among our priorities are augmenting the salaries of doctors, reducing taxes, and improving international relations. The presidential candidate is committed to fostering good relations with other countries.
The presidential candidate, Frank Habineza, emphasized that if elected, one of his priorities will be to establish a basic salary.
We don't have a basic salary in Rwanda. The last time we had such system was in 1980s. Our people from that era are now old, many with grandchildren. Back then, I believe the salary was 100 or 300, but I'm fairly certain it was 100. Now about 40 years have passed. There is a law establishing a basic salary, but it requires a ministerial decree to be approved. Even domestic workers should have a basic salary, perhaps around 50,000. People working in restaurants are burdened with a lot of work, but receive low payments. For example, waitresses often face difficulties just to earn more money. If you trust me and elect me, I will ensure that what we promised will come to pass. Additionally, if you trust and elect a significant number of our deputies, we will achieve even more than what we did last time.
Members of the Green Party assert that placing confidence in their party leads to success. They state that 70% of their recent action plan goals have been achieved. Still on matters regarding campaigns, the Liberal Party has urged its members to vote for the RPF's presidential candidate, Paul Kagame, as it begins its campaign activities for both the presidential and parliamentary elections. PL has chosen to begin its campaign activities in Kigali City and is focusing on making known its intentions for the future, detailing how infrastructure projects will be increased, problems to do with taxation addressed, and much more. The party's officials have expressed confidence concerning the turnout it expects at campaign venues across the country as time passes, and on Monday, the campaign trail will continue into the eastern province. Still on these matters, in Kamonyi districts of the southern province, the Social Democratic Party has promised local residents that if they vote for its candidates in the next month's parliamentary elections, advocacy will be made to ensure that good roads and other forms of infrastructure reach them. The party has continued with campaigning for Paul Kagame of the RPF in Otanyi in the presidential race and 59 of its own candidates in the parliamentary elections. Other issues PSD has highlighted as requiring attention include the Made in Rwanda initiative, and the party's leaders believe that the proper support can go a long way in improving the situation. Those gathered were delighted and pledged their support for the Social Democratic Party that is fielding 35 men and 24 women vying for parliamentary seats. To other matters, about 7,000 people who applied for water meters across the country will start receiving them from Monday, according to the management of WASAC Group. Some of these residents mentioned that they had been waiting for up to 4 months to receive their meters. Most of the residents raising these concerns are those in the city of Kigali who have been waiting for up to 4 months to receive their water meters since they applied for them. The Water and Sanitation Corporation noted that the delay in providing these water meters was caused by the contractor responsible for importing them. The Director General of WASAC Group, Professor Munyaneza Omar, assures the people that starting from next Monday, the water meters will begin to be distributed. It was anticipated that by 2024, all residents would have access to clean water, reaching 100%. Currently, 82.3% of the population has access to clean water, and up from 72% in 2014. WASAC promises to achieve the 100% goal within the next 5 years. On agricultural matters, the Union of Agricultural, Livestock and Forestry Academics has entered into an agreement with the fertilizer trading company to assist farmers in improving their land and increasing their yields. The liquid fertilizer known as D-Grow has already been adopted by some farmers, including Mukamana Claudine and Musawemungu Jean d'Amour, who believe that it significantly increases production. However, due to the fact that they have started to emulate it, its effectiveness has diminished as these counterfeit products are not of high quality. Munyaneza Isaac, the head of the Union of Agriculture, Livestock and Forestry Academics in Rwanda, assures that the contract made with the fertilizer company will help streamline their operations and improve accessibility for farmers, reducing market speculations. And the Union of Agriculture, Livestock and Forestry Academics in Rwanda currently has 5,739 members. Now to sports matters. Nearly 700 from different nationalities, including a significant number of Indians living in Rwanda, participated in the 10th International Day of Yoga in Kigali on Sunday. They joined the global celebration of yoga, a practice embraced by over 300 million people worldwide. We have details. Left and right. Yoga is an exercise that includes abdominal breathing, stretching, and meditation. Participants converge in sessions to practice this physical, mental, and spiritual discipline, which originated in India. Yoga encompasses various aspects, including positive affirmations. Several Rwandans and Indians who practice yoga share how it benefits them.
I want to add you that yoga is free health assurance. It's a free health insurance for rich, for poor, both. And yoga gives movement and also stillness. So movement is benefited for body and stillness is benefited for mind. So I request you that everybody should spare 5 minutes to do yoga every day.
I had a cancer at a severe stage and was undergoing therapies at Butaro, but I wasn't getting better. Since I started practicing yoga, the cancer stopped metastasizing, and my doctors are amazed. Now I feel good and everything is going well.
The yoga is the ancient Indian practice to make your mind relax, make yourself happy through breathing. We do a lot of breathing exercises, we do a lot of health exercises, we do a lot of physical exercises in yoga. But yoga basically means is union of your body, breath and mind. When we do our any exercise, we bring our breath in that postures, and with that it becomes relaxation.
In December 2014, the United Nations declared June 21st as the International Day of Yoga, with support from 177 countries. This recognition came after the Prime Minister of India, Narendra Modi, requested approval from the United Nations General Assembly. Zefani Nyonguru, the Permanent Secretary in the Ministry of Sports, notes that yoga is becoming increasingly popular among Rwandans.
Many people are now participating in the sport. There are various special sessions being held, including some at the High Commission of India in Rwanda on Tuesdays and Thursdays. The number of participants is increasing day by day. Yoga, which includes a component of meditation, is a beneficial practice that is growing in popularity daily.
The High Commissioner of India to Rwanda, Nilartan Mirida, commends the improving relations between India and Rwanda.
Yes, India and Rwanda, there is a good relation, and President here, Paul Kagame, he is also talking with our Prime Minister every time. But you know that Prime Minister, the last genocide, she invited to come here. That Rwandan all relationship is going strong to strong, and that cooperation will be more benefit in the future.
This year's theme for yoga practitioners revolves around humanity. Globally, the practice of yoga, which originated in India, is embraced by over 300 million people. By 2025, the yoga industry is estimated to be worth more than $200 billion, highlighting its immense popularity and widespread participation. Statistics show that 72% of yoga practitioners are female and 41% of them follow a vegetarian diet. And by this, we close tonight's bulletin. We sincerely thank you for being part of today's broadcast. Have a fruitful week ahead.